have declared the Republican Party began only 5 days ago, AB, after Bush. They happily kept the president out of the convention and out of the network specials broadcast from it. So in our number one story on the countdown, why on earth would John McCain's handlers have turned for campaign guidance to Bush's brain? The Washington Insider publication The Hill today citing a meeting with Colorado Republican delegates last Wednesday, after which Karl Rove admitted to having friends in the McCain campaign who occasionally seek his advice. A conflict only amplified by another inconvenient fact that he wrote a $2,300 check to the McCain campaign on February 7th, 2 days after his first appearance as a supposedly independent commentator on Fixed News. During a Washington Post online chat in May, Rove had kind of denied all this. "I'm not certain that I qualify as an advisor to McCain. I have friends at the campaign who occasionally ask me for reactions, and the Fox network is well aware of that and similar contacts by some of their Democratic analysts." Our own Rachel Maddow joins us from her own set, where her new show will begin again in just a few moments. Good evening.
Hi, Keith. Nice to see you.
It goes without saying this would be a journalistic ethics violation if Fox practiced journalism. But here's what I want to know. Why would McCain's advisors, who are trying to distance him from Bush-era everything, not discourage him from hiring Bush advisors? I mean, there's Rove, Steve Schmidt, who has become McCain's leg breaker with the media, is a Bush alum, too. There are lots of others.
Yeah, and it's not just Rove and Schmidt. When they've had to put together a team to sort of package Sarah Palin and get her ready as the new vice presidential nominee on short notice, that entire team was all Bush alums, including Tucker Eskew, who they signed up to work with Sarah Palin. Tucker Eskew, of course, is blamed in McCain circles for having coordinated the whole John McCain has a black baby thing in 2000 in South Carolina. I mean, they've not only gone with Bush guys, they've gone with Bush guys who campaigned against McCain. I think they just don't care anymore. I think that they've decided that people care more about what they say about their distance from Bush than what they demonstrate.
Tucker Eskew, as he's also known. If Rove has been working with McCain, why have McCain and Rove hidden it?
Well, two reasons. I do think that the name Rove has become a bit of an epithet in American politics, even a little bit on the Republican side, just in terms of nastiness, cynicism, and playing to polls rather than policy. I think when Karl Rove got put in charge of domestic policy in the United States, down to getting put in charge of rebuilding the Gulf Coast after Katrina, I think there was an American recoiling of that left, right, and recoiling against that left, right, and center. That's part of it. But the other part of it is that as long as they don't admit to it, he gets to stay on Fox News as an independent analyst, and how convenient that is.
The Obama campaign has already called McCain's campaign a Karl Rove campaign. This would seem to be low-hanging fruit for Obama. What should he and his campaign do with this?
Well, I think that Karl Rove is a very soft target if they do want to go after him. I think they've sort of floated the idea that they're going to do that. I expect we'll hear a lot more about Karl Rove and McCain, especially like today with this super nasty McCain ad out, essentially accusing Barack Obama of inappropriately targeting kindergartners with sex education. As the campaign stuff from the McCain campaign gets nastier and nastier, I think they will throw the Rove name around more and more. But when you do that, you also rile the beast a little bit, and they know that Rove will come back at them, both from his perch at Fox News and from his position behind the scenes on the McCain campaign, and that's something to reckon with. He is a powerful guy.
She's designed, obviously, as a lightning rod for phony charges of sexism against her. There's one going on tonight where Obama used the phrase lipstick on a pig, and they're demanding an apology to Governor Palin, even though McCain said this about half a dozen times in his campaign, referring to things on the Democratic side. Do we have this idea of taking that theme of sexism that emerged in the Democratic primary and turning it around to a Republican advantage? Is that a Rovian tactic, do you think?
Well, I think that it's good offense. I mean, to anticipate what your opponents will do and to have already cast in mind how you're going to caricature it and throw it back at them is just good offense. What we think of as the classic Rovian tactic is taking the thing on which your candidate is the weakest and having them campaign on that as if it's their strength. And that's where we get the great crucible of the McCain campaign, which is run by lobbyists, completely dominated by lobbyists, and everything from the management of the campaign to the fundraising to the positions that he's taking, and to have him be running as the anti-lobbyist guy. That is classic Rove. That's what they will teach about Rove's politics in third grade someday if the country really goes down the tubes.
Well, though they won't be teaching anything in third grade except creationism. So forget about that. Anyway, our own Rachel Maddow, host of The Rachel Maddow Show on MSNBC, coming up in about 30 seconds. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you, Keith.
That's Countdown for this, the 1,959th day since the declaration of mission accomplished in Iraq. I'm Keith Olbermann. Good night and good luck. Special comment tomorrow night on how the Republicans have exploited 9/11.